So yeah, it can get to be expensive. So why do that if you can avoid it?
Hi, this is Jeff Marsachi, the Plain English Attorney, and I'm an author, certified Medicaid planner, and an attorney with more than 25 years of experience running my own firm. You're at the #1 place to learn about not only estate and Medicaid planning, but to get business, fitness, and general life success stories. I want to help estate planners and the general public get the tools and advice they need to stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life.
Hi, this is Jeff Marsachi, the Plain English Attorney, and I'm going to talk to you about the 4 big downsides of probate. We're actually here at Wrightsville Beach. We've been kind of hanging out in Wilmington for a little bit, and I figured, what the heck, let's do another quick video. All right, so the first big downside is probate is expensive. It costs anywhere from 4 to 10% of an estate, and that's usually eaten up by things like attorney's fees, appraisals, court fees, all this other stuff. Just in general, all together, it's going to eat up about 4 to 10% of an estate. So why do that? Why would you do that? In fact, there are some states with ancillary probate that we have to deal with where they have a set commission fee. We were working on a probate case in California, where they had just this one account in California. That attorney, for probably anywhere from 5 to 8 hours of work, got $17,000 because the statute said they get a percentage. That was probably more than we were making for handling the main probate in North Carolina. So yeah, it can get to be expensive. So why do that if you can avoid it? Okay, a second big downside for probate is it takes time. Probate takes anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half, and it's just kind of one of these things that the family has to keep dealing with, when it could have just been handled a lot more easy with doing a revocable living trust as the way to avoid probate. So what's eating up all this time? Well, everything has to be done in a set order. Sometimes banks and financial institutions are not forthcoming. They take their sweet time, and it's not uncommon for things to go a year or more. We had one case that we were dealing with that had 3 online stock accounts. We kept sending in the paperwork they asked for. We'd call every week, and then suddenly they say, oh, well, the probate letters from the court, well, they're more than 60 days old. You need new letters. Wait a minute, we've been hounding you for like 10 weeks. What the heck's going on? Oh, well, I'm sorry, you need to get new letters. One did this to us twice. It took 11 months, and all it was less than $10,000 worth of stock. And it just took forever. So avoiding all of that time gap by using a revocable living trust is often a better way to go. Okay, a third big downside to probate. Probate is easier to have things contested. Once it's in that court process, suddenly it almost becomes kind of like a free-for-all for attorneys to be able to say, well, we're contesting this. So let me just kind of run through what I tell my clients, and it's in my book, Estate Planning Basics. Good book if you want to learn about the downsides of probate, revocable trust versus wills and things like that. But this thing, contests, when an estate is in probate, so someone did a will instead of a trust and it ended up in probate. Now, all it takes for some beneficiary or some heir who was cut out to say, I don't like what's going on. They go to an attorney, The attorney ends up saying, well, okay, I've got these one or two things that I can kind of hang my hat on. Let's go for it. And so they file it. Here's the thing. Most of the time, those attorney's fees end up getting paid by the estate as part of this probate process. It's because it's in this probate court process that the attorneys get paid. So, hey, why not shoot your shot? All right, you have a revocable living trust, and now suddenly the whole game changes. What we end up having is inside this trust, it becomes a private lawsuit. So they have to go to the other side of the courthouse. It's not in probate anymore. So what you have is they're filing a lawsuit, and one of these beneficiaries, I don't like what's going on, I don't want to, they go to the attorney, and the attorney says, okay, great, we need a $15,000 retainer. Whoa, wait a minute. You get paid when I get paid. Oh, no. Because when you're on the civil side of the courthouse and you're actually filing a lawsuit, getting attorney's fees paid by the other party, which is the estate or the trust in this case, it's very difficult. So it really becomes this thing where people who want something that they're not entitled to really want to actually pay the money to get it. So that's how a revocable living trust helps avoid all that crap. Okay, so now for the fourth big downside for probate, loss of privacy for the estate. It's unreal how much information actually ends up in the court system and therefore becomes part of the public record. Every account balance on the date of death. So everything that the deceased person owned is in the public record. The names, ages, and addresses of all the beneficiaries, it's in there. Another story, I actually had a colleague who was a financial advisor, not an attorney, used to do seminars. And what she would do is when she'd go into the town, she'd get the file of someone who died about 6 months back from the probate court. Perfectly legal, got copies. And then she'd start going through the file in this seminar. Hey, so-and-so died. Look, they had this much money. Isn't that interesting? Oh, wow, there were 3 kids, but only 2 of them are beneficiaries. Oh, I bet there's a story there. And she was telling me that in one of these sessions, there's a guy in the back row, and you could just see he's turning bright red. He's getting all upset. And it's like, oh, yeah, look, she had this account at this place. And he stood up and he started screaming and yelling at you. How dare you? You have no right to invade her privacy. I knew her. She was a good woman. How dare you do this? You have no right. She said, that's the point. It's part of the public record. I have every right to do that. Do you want your family to go through that? If you do, go ahead and just do a will. If you'd like to avoid it, go ahead and do a revocable trust. It'll avoid all of that. So she actually kind of made the point. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the background of the beach as much as I did. So big shout out to Wrightsville Beach. That was the 4 big downsides of probate. I hope you found it informative. And as always, please stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life. And make it a great day.
We hope you found that information useful and easy to understand. To keep getting this great information, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. To get even more information more quickly, follow the links below to some of our free, no obligation programs.